Hi, I'm Miles Downey, and in this video, I'd like to talk about developmentally appropriate playing formats from a decision-making perspective. Now, to start off with, I'd like to talk to you about the importance of decision-making in football. To do this, I'd like to look at some stats that we have from the research. So, the number of observable decisions that a cognitively active adult makes during the day is around 6,000 across a 16-hour period. So that works out to be around 375 decisions per hour for a cognitively active adult. Now, to give you some idea of the demands of football, cognitive demands of football, a professional footballer makes around 2,500 decisions, observable decisions, over a 90-minute period. So that's around 1,666 decisions per hour. So that dwarfs the 375 of the cognitively active adult. So we know football is cognitively demanding. Now, these are observable decisions. Research also suggests that the actual number of decisions could be many times that, but these are the number of observable decisions. We also know that at an elite youth level, so at an under 20s level, the number of decisions is significantly lower. So around 1,500 decisions across that 90 minutes, so around 1,000 decisions per hour. Still large cognitive demand, but at the highest level, we know that the demands are even higher. Now, what are the quality of the decisions? Well, we know that we can separate players who play for their national team from National League players based on the quality of their decisions. We know we can separate the very top players from other good players based on the quality of their decisions as well. So the importance is crucial. How do we develop this decision-making ability? Or this perceptual cognitive expertise. So how do we develop this perceptual cognitive expertise? Well, we can get some clues from the research. Now, in order to predict which players are going to have the best perceptual cognitive expertise, which players are going to make the best decisions, we can predict this if we know the amount of time the player has spent during childhood in football-related play. This is unstructured, informal play with their peers, along with the amount of time spent in football-specific practice in adolescence. So the amount of time spent in informal settings playing as a child, playing football, and the amount of time spent training football in adolescence. And this gives us the best prediction of footballers' decision-making ability. Now, what about if we have just deliberate play alone? What does that tell us? Well, if a player amasses large amounts of deliberate play, we can still predict that this player is more likely to be a professional footballer and more likely to be a good decision maker. But our predictive power is greater if we put this with deliberate practice during adolescence, or massive hours of deliberate practice during adolescence. Now, what if deliberate practice alone? Even with massive hours of deliberate practice, players don't get the same quality of decision-making ability if they don't have the thousands of hours spent in play in informal settings with their peers. This is interesting. In the past, players spent most of their time involved in football-related activities in informal settings, playing on the streets, playing in the park, playing in the backyard, driveway, with brothers and sisters or friends, playing for the pure joy of it, building a strong emotional bond with the game. Nowadays, these informal settings are being reduced and replaced with more formal, structured settings. Things like soccer schools, academies, team trainings. Now, the issue with this is that within these settings, there's less actual playtime and more time spent doing less pleasurable tasks, which inhibits the ability for the players to form an emotional bond with the game. There's less chance for the players to experience that exploratory learning that is so valuable for decision making. So my question is, can we offer playing formats that are more like play? Playing formats where kids can come and explore their environment without dependence on adult intervention, where they can execute their actions in response to what's around them, having fun with plenty of touches on the ball, the same as they would in play environment. Contributing to those hours of play that's going to make them a better footballer and make them, more importantly, love the game. So, whether we want to develop players with good perceptual cognitive expertise, good decision makers, or just help kids to love the game, the answer is the same. We need to give the game back to the kids. We need to offer them developmentally appropriate playing formats so they can come to our organised settings and play and have fun and learn the game. Thanks for listening.